Oh my goodness. So it's still morning, so good morning everyone, and thank you for being here. I feel like I know Quinte well because of Minister Smith and his advocacy over the years, and I just thank you all for being here today. It is a real honor and a privilege for me to be here, to be with the people who make things happen, who are on the front lines, and everyone who's behind them, to make sure that our kids get the services that they need. So it's a real privilege for me to be here today. And I'd like to thank Rick Phillips, the Warden of Hastings County, Jim Harrison, the Mayor of Quinte, Mitch Panchak, the Mayor of Belleville, and Minister Smith will correct my pronunciation, I hope, and Steve Ferguson, the Mayor of Prince Edward County. So we are joined by my colleague and friend, your local MPP, Todd Smith. I keep calling him Minister Smith everywhere I go because I know of the good work that he's been doing, and I fully intend to continue that good work. And many of you know he has been a strong advocate for supporting youth services across his province. And I want to recognize and thank Linda and the team here at the Quinte Children's Treatment Center for hosting this very important announcement. And I know you know it's been coming, so thank you. your dedication, your compassion, and I want to add persistence, because sometimes to get things done, the dedication and the compassion take us so far, but after that, it's persisting. And I want to thank you all for that. Your commitment to children, to families across Hastings and Prince Edward counties is truly commendable. And the work you do is incredibly important and rewarding. As a family doctor, I have the opportunity to serve and assist children and families, and I'm continually in awe of what you do. So I'm grateful. We all want our children to reach their full potential. And we know that in order to do that, we need to support the teams and families who are on the front lines in their daily lives. And that is why I'm pleased to be here today to announce, under the leadership of Premier Ford, that our government is investing $240 million over 4 years to support children and youth with special needs. This investment will enable more children to have access to critical rehabilitation services when they need them. Whether it is physiotherapy, occupational therapy, or speech and language therapy, we want to ensure that every child can access the support they need to thrive. We've seen time and time again the value of early intervention and how it leads to better outcomes for children and families. And that's why, as part of today's announcement, $60 million in new funding will be provided annually starting this year. Across the province, this funding will support 37 community-based organizations that currently provide services for more than 230,000 children and youth each year. This funding will help reduce wait times for rehabilitation services in the community and in school-based settings. In fact, each year we will be able to serve an additional 10,000 preschool-age children with speech and language needs, and up to 47,000 more children and youth with rehabilitation needs. And it will support more equitable access and address challenges related to recruitment and retention of clinical staff in northern, remote, and rural communities. The Children's Treatment Centers and preschool speech and language providers are important partners in our government's efforts to provide high-quality assessment and rehabilitation services to children and youth with special needs and their families. The increased investment will ensure that they have the resources they need to continue playing that key role. But most importantly, what it really means is that more children and their families will have access to programming that will enable them to thrive. I hear a little voice back there. That's wonderful. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. And I would like to reiterate my gratitude to Linda and the team at Quinte Children's Treatment Center for the work that they do, making a difference in the lives of these children every day. And so now I'll turn it over to my good friend, Minister and MPP Todd Smith. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Merrilee. Thanks, Minister Fullerton. It's great to have you here in Belleville, and it's great to have you at Quinte Healthcare and our Quinte Children's Treatment Center, which, as you have already outlined, does amazing work helping families and young people right across the Quinte region and up into North Hastings. It's great to have our warden for Hastings County here, Rick Phillips, who we'll hear from in just a few minutes, our mayor for Belleville, Mitch Panchuk, the mayor for Quinte West, which is the best, he would say. Jim Harrison is here as well, and representing from Prince Edward County, Mike Harper, who's the councillor for Wellington, who's here as well. And I know that's been a busy place this summer for sure, and a beautiful spot. If you're watching from outside the region and haven't visited, well, Wellington's a great spot to come and spend a little bit of time. It's great to see the folks here too that are helping kids every single day at our children's treatment centers and other facilities that are helping our young people, and all of those different public partners. And it's great to see Jen Churchill, who's here as well from Empowered Kids, and we're looking forward to hearing from Jen a little bit later on. But I recall after we were successful in getting the $240 million through Treasury Board and then into our budget, and being able to call Jen, and between the tears and the excitement, it was just an awesome phone call to make. So I'm so happy that you're able to be here, Jen, because this is going to help so many kids across the province, as Minister Fullerton just outlined. So again, the team here at the Quinte Children's Treatment Center is amazing. Look forward to seeing some of the kids that you support a little bit later on here with a fun event with the minister, and we'll check out how her swing is. As the former Minister of Children, Community and Social Services, I do share with you all in this room the profound appreciation and respect for the staff across the sector in supporting children and youth to achieve their best. And in the last budget, not only were we able to include this $240 million, but we also made some significant announcements when it comes to CHEO, the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, which is in Merrilee's town up in Ottawa. But a lot of families from this region will get services from CHEO. So a big redevelopment plan for up there. Grandview over in the Durham region as well, and Chatham, Kent, with a brand new children's treatment center on the way there. So those were all exciting announcements and historic announcements and investments in our young people with special needs. So really, really excited about that. Here at the Quinte Children's Treatment Center, I'm happy to announce that today's investment will result in additional funding of nearly $1.1 million. So that's really important for local families here in this region. What that means is it's a 22% increase to support delivery of those rehabilitation services through more occupational therapy and more physical therapy and speech and language therapy services that so many kids in this region will benefit from. It'll mean getting children assessed sooner, because we know that early intervention leads to better outcomes down the road for children and families. So I see Lisa Cheshire back there. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you. And you do such an amazing job here at the Children's Treatment Center too. So thank you for all being here today. This is a really exciting, historic announcement, and I'm so glad that Minister Fullerton has chosen the Quinte Children's Treatment Center for the location for this event today. And thanks to everybody from QHC, CEO Stacey Daub, who does such an outstanding job here for all 4 hospitals in the Quinte Healthcare Corporation, but of course the CTC located here at Belleville General, but providing services not just here in this facility, but in our schools and in our community. And the work you do is so, so very important. So thank you for being here today. And I would like to invite my good friend, the Warden of Hastings County, to come up and say just a couple of words. He's very short on words. Good to see you, Rick.
Thank you. Not so short, but shy. Well, I'm very pleased to be here today on behalf of Hastings County. QHC does a tremendous service to our county and to Prince Edward County and the 2 cities, separated cities of Belleville and Quinte West. This funding, I know that they will, it's important here, and I know that they'll use it to the best of their ability to make sure that the children in our area get the services that they need. I want to particularly thank the minister for taking the time to be here today. It's good to see you again under different ministry. I want to thank Premier Ford, of course, for everything that he's done for us, but particularly Minister Smith and Daryl Cramp, our MPP for Hastings and Langston Addington. They both do tremendous work for us, and we couldn't get this without their support. So on behalf of Hastings County, thank you very much.
I believe Mayor Panchuk, did you want to say a few words? I can't remember if it's Mayor Panchuk or Mayor Harris.
I think it's Mayor Harrison, that's right.
I'm not going to find it. I have more hair than you.
I've learned a long time ago you want to do what Mayor Harrison tells you to do. So I'll take this chance to be here. Minister Fullerton, welcome to Belleville and welcome to the entire Quinte region. We're so grateful that you're here to make this announcement. We are proud of Quinte Healthcare and the services they provide, especially here with the Quinte Children's Treatment Center. So that is great. We have some wonderful advocates in Todd Smith and Daryl Cramp who have time and time again improved our healthcare services in this region. I know that Stacey Daub would talk about the increase in base funding that has been so important. And today's announcement is important as well, because we have about 3,000 children who use this facility every year. And so this extra funding will allow them to get faster treatment, as well as expanded treatment before they are in preschool, but also rehabilitation treatment afterwards. So we want to say thank you. I'm going to resist the temptation to make some comments about the former minister and how you're now the new minister of that department. But we really are looking forward to working with you going forward, and as well as our good friend Todd Smith. And I just want to say thank you. Mayor Ferguson could not be here from the county, but we do have Councillor Mike Harper, thank you. And I'm going to ask him to now come up and to say a few words.
Yes, I'm sorry the mayor couldn't be here today, but thank you for having me, and certainly thank you on behalf of Prince Edward County for this great contribution to our community. Lots has been already said about the benefits. I guess the one thing that stood out for me, which was really shocking, was to learn that 30% of the kids have this developmental vulnerability, which is truly a staggering number, frankly. And you think about what that means to the families, the quality of their life, their ability to pursue dreams and goals, the contribution to the community as a whole, productivity lost as a result. So this is a tremendous investment. It's going to be great for the community, great for the province as a whole, and so I'm certainly very grateful for that, as is Prince Edward County. So thank you very much to the province for what you've done. Appreciate it very much. And I'm not sure
Let's go with Mayor Harrison.
How about Mayor Harrison? That would be good.
Mr. Harrison waiting.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's probably got some hate available.
I got some things to do, right? Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Minister, for being here as well. And I have something for you that is made, it's local strawberries, but it's made from the heart and hands of a fifth-generation farmer's daughter.
Thank you. We'll do an elbow there.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness, my favorite. How did you know?
Oh, there's so many things I know that I just
Thank you, very kind.
You're welcome, and thanks for coming. And Stacey, thanks for giving us this opportunity. It's a pleasure to be here. And I also, like the rest, have to acknowledge the fact that over the last few years, our healthcare system has benefited tremendously. And you have a great team, Stacey, that puts it all together and makes it work. That's the most important part, is making it work. As the minister said, it's important that you're assessed early. It's a good thing some of us weren't assessed early. But seriously, the point that she's making is that when you determine what the problem is, then you can work at solutions and put it together so that everybody has the opportunity to move forward. Assessment doesn't lock you into something. Assessment gives you the ability and people to help you move forward. Thank you very much for all you've done for us. It's great. You only have to remember 5 words today. Quinte West is the best. Thank you.
Is it Jennifer that's next? Okay, I am so happy to introduce Jennifer Churchill. I really am. It was such a pleasure working with you over the last 2 years. And when I was in the role of Minister of Children, Community and Social Services, I know Merrilee is going to enjoy working with you because you're so passionate about our kids. So the floor is yours, Jennifer from Empower Kids.
Thanks, Minister Smith. And Minister Fullerton, thanks for the reference to persistence. When you have to wait 10 years for an investment in this sector, you tend to get a bit teary when they actually announce that it's come true. So this is a long time coming and a historic investment. And this investment has taken more than a decade to come, and we will always remember that your government recognized this. Without a doubt, this investment will make a difference in helping us move more families from waiting into service. The fact is, society pays a significant price when children are not able to reach their potential. The COVID pandemic has disproportionately and negatively impacted kids with disabilities and their families. We need to recover and we need to regain ground that's been lost. That means this support is even more essential. This investment will help us to begin to address the significant gaps we have so we can make a positive impact on our kids' long-term health and developmental outcomes, their learning, and their school success. This will help us improve opportunities for participation and inclusion and position more kids to achieve their most promising futures and live their best lives. This funding will make a difference to kids with disabilities all across Ontario, from the east to the west and up to the north. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Stacey Dobb, the President and CEO of Quinte Healthcare, and welcome, Mr. Fullerton. Thank you, Minister Smith, and thank you so much for all the local representatives coming out. This gives you a sense of community, right? When you see everybody rallying around such a formidable cause. What I wanted to do, since there's been many accolades given, I wanted to share a short family story that really illustrates the importance of today's announcement. So Tirza, who is here today in the audience with her mom, Mary, is almost 2 years old. When she was 6 months old, Tirza had a major surgery to help her control seizure activity. After the surgery, Tirza had weakness and decreased movement and vision on the left side, similar to what some people might experience after a stroke. Tirza and her family have been receiving expert guidance and support from Quinte's Children's Treatment Center for over a year now. Together, they are working to make sure that Tirza has every support she needs to thrive. They started out helping with feeding challenges that she experienced because of the seizures and neurological differences, and now speech and language, support with vision loss, and physiotherapy. The orthopedic clinic team at Quinte CTC helped her with the bracing required to support her ankles when standing and walking, with a goal to strengthen her left arm and leg to help her with her overall development and capabilities. Due to COVID-19, many of the initial sessions were virtual, and the family worked tirelessly and diligently to implement ideas from therapists to reach their goals. What an amazing family, and what an amazing Children's Treatment Center team who, when you talk about resilience and persistence, I've watched what they've done, and you're going to see it when you walk around. They are steadfast in their commitment to the families. Tirza began sitting by herself 5 months after coming to the CTC. Since then, Tirza has become a proficient bum scooter, I hear. She is now walking at home with a specialized walker and is working on independent walking during active physiotherapy sessions. Tirza loves to babble and sing and is using words yes and no, and I hear she's pretty equally balanced, which is a good thing. It won't last very long. Tirza is a beautiful, happy, smiling little girl who is making huge gains through her own hard work, through her family's diligent work, and the love and support and expert guidance and treatment from the Children's Treatment Center. Tirza is one of the thousands of children requiring the diverse and multidisciplinary supports offered by children's treatment centers across Ontario. This $240 million historic investment is unprecedented, as Jennifer made reference to, for this really hardworking sector. And there's no better investment, I think, than your government could make in the future potential of all of our little Ontarians and youth across the province. On behalf of Tirza and the many families and the entire Children's Treatment Center, I wanted to thank you both. Thank you. I'd like to ask Mr. Fullerton to come back.
We'll go to the meeting for questions. If you could just identify your news outlet and one question, one follow-up. Any questions?
Mayor Harrison,
Straightforward.
do you have any questions? You usually have some good questions.
I want to just say, you know, Stacey's comments really resonated with me. And, you know, friends, family, and community. And when we have service providers, a hospital, and treatment centers, they really do become a community for families and the children and youth who need them. And so family, friends, and community. And so thank you for mentioning that, Stacey. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for contributing to making lives better for others, especially our little ones. Thank you all.
Don't lose that jam. That's great. Very good.